It's almost 8:21. Shropshire Fire and Rescue Service has launched a road safety campaign to help tackle the number of fatalities on A roads. The Bring Your A Game campaign focuses on 6 main A roads in the county, including the A5 and the A41. On the 6 roads they're focusing on, Shropshire Fire and Rescue Service says 39 fatalities have been recorded in the last 3 years. Motorists are being encouraged to follow and share the advice during the campaign. Joining me now is Marc Millward from the Millward, I beg your pardon, from the service. Marc, good morning to you.
Good morning, Adam.
What kind of advice will you be giving to drivers?
Well, first of all, thanks for inviting me on this morning to talk about our road safety campaign, which is going to run for the next 2 weeks until the 24th of June. And as you say, over the last 3 years, sadly, there's 39 people who have lost their lives on our A roads that run through and around the county. So we're going to be urging motorists to follow some really simple advice, and we're focusing on 5 key areas. The first one is speed, and we're urging drivers to adjust their speed to match the potential hazards that they face on the road at the time. We're asking people to be honest with themselves and ask themselves, are they well enough to be driving at that time? We're asking people to think about whether they're intoxicated or not, or whether they've had any alcohol or drugs in their system and there's been time for those intoxicants to leave the system, and are they able to drive, or are they still impaired from driving? We're asking people to be aware, be prepared for any unexpected hazards that they might find on the road, such as blind bends in our rural communities, and just anticipate the unexpected. We have lots of road users, pedestrians, cyclists, horse riders, etc. So just use your judgment and consider the risks that may be around the next corner, and just try and amend your driving style so you're able to respond to any hazards that may present themselves in a timely and safe manner.
How will you be getting this advice across to people?
So for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be working alongside our partners in the West Mercia Police and other agencies. And we're going to be attending a number of events to provide advice to motorists, but we're also going to be sending out this advice and messaging on our social media channels and our website as well.
And we touched on some of the figures over the last few years a few minutes ago, Marc. What has prompted this campaign?
Well, over the years, the fire service has put a lot of effort and energy into reducing the risks of fires within the home, which has seen a significant reduction in fatalities and an increase in things like smoke detectors. But an area that across the county was still seeing a significant loss of life is on our roads. And as you mentioned earlier, there's 6 major A roads that run through the county or around the county. These are high-speed roads. And sadly, it's happening all too frequently that we are getting serious collisions. So in the last 3 years, we've had 163 serious road accidents. And of those, 39 people have sadly lost their lives. So we're applying the same sort of approach that we have to fires within the home, because that's a well-known risk. And we're asking people, just to be aware of the dangers of driving on our major A roads. But there are things that you can do as a driver to reduce the risks of accidents happening, serious accidents, and people sadly losing their lives.
How do you get people to engage? Because there'll be plenty of people think, oh, this isn't me. I'm not that driver. This would never happen in my car.
We've got a number of tools that we use. We've got some goggles which will give individuals an understanding of what it's like to be impaired either through drugs or alcohol, or tired, and this will obscure your vision. So we're trying to put people in a safe environment, but show them that there are real risks involved with driving when you are not well enough to drive, whether that's through health conditions, whether that's through you've been drinking alcohol or taking drugs, whether that's you're just not focused on what's going on on the roads and around you. So we are using real life experience as well from our dedicated road safety officer, and some of our operational firefighters will be supporting these events, just to share some of their experiences and stories, to say that this is a real risk that's out there, and sadly it is causing people to lose lives every year.
Marc, thank you very much for being with us this morning. That's Marc Millward from Shropshire Fire and Rescue Service there. Bring Your A Game campaign.